What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Vanpocalypse. Today we're going to talk about changing the ignition module in a 1988 Ford Econoline. And it turned out to be a total pain in the ass. It should be really easy. 2 little screws, switch it out, done. But unfortunately, because of the location of it, it's not so easy. So first thing, of course, remove the air filter housing. We're going to go ahead and remove these hoses right here. So just loosen it, the clamps up with the screwdriver, remove all your hoses, remove all your air filter stuff, and we'll have a good look here at the ignition module, which is attached right here to the distributor. And that becomes the issue. You can't even get to it, especially the way this is seated right here. You can't get to it. So you have to move the distributor, sometimes even lift the distributor, which could lead to issues. So first things first, let's go ahead and disconnect the electrical connection there, and are going to have to loosen this bolt right here. And once that bolt is loosened, you're going to be able to spin the distributor. Just first of all, make sure exactly where it is, measure it, mark it, make sure you can turn it back. But if you have to lift the distributor too high, you could screw up the timing, and when you put everything back together, the van might not start, and then you have to fix the timing. So we're going to try not to do that, but it's easier said than done. There's a bolt right here, 13 millimeter. I have this little short one, little stubby wrench that will reach down and grab it. It's kind of hard, but I was able to turn it, and then I'll start going by hand so I can turn it. Now, I took a look to see which tool I needed to remove the screws or the bolts or whatever was in there, because I couldn't quite remember. I did have this tool. This is an ignition module remover tool, but as I'm looking at it, it looks like it's just standard, at least on mine, it looks like just standard Phillips screwdriver screws. So I'm just going to try to use a regular screwdriver. It was kind of a pain in the ass. I had to lift it a little bit, trying not to change the timing, but I was able to get that screwdriver in there. But then when I took the 2 screws out and tried to pull it off, it was stuck on there because of the thermal grease, and I just kind of broke off, which is fine because we're changing it anyway. But I got half of it off. Okay, I got the other half off using like a flathead screwdriver, just kind of help it off. Wasn't that bad. And now I cleaned off this surface here to get ready to put the new one on. Of course, we're going to have to put some grease on that new one, and these little prongs will go up and connect, and then with the 2 screws in. I have to put some new grease on the back of this. See, this is the old one here. It came with some grease. Just going to put it evenly across the whole thing. And once you've got that spread nice and even, you just got to kind of put those 3 prongs in, and it'll seat. It took me some time. It was a little bit tough, but I got it done. I don't have a secret to how to do it. Just try to be careful not to break anything. Just the prongs will go in, and it will seat on there properly. You'll know when you get it. I was able to set it in. Goes up, those 3 prongs go in. That's perfect. You know, I'll take the screws. Now, they ended up being a screwdriver. I didn't remember, it's been years, but I thought it was something you had to use this tool to get out. That's what I remembered, but apparently not. Sometimes you may need a tool like this. This is a 5.5, and then you have I'm not sure if that's T's 20 or something, but as it turned out, for mine it was just a regular old screwdriver. Okay, got one in. I'll try to tighten them later. I just want to get them in. As you can see, to access the screws, I really had to lift up this distributor way higher than I would have liked to, and it was all bad. I had to drop this back in. You might be able to get that out without having to lift this up, but I had to lift it up. But I'm going to put it exactly where it was, and bolt this back in, and then plug in the new ignition module, and hopefully the baby cranks up. Hopefully I didn't mess the timing up doing that. And that's the basics on how to change out the ignition module on one of these old Ford vans or an old Ford truck. But just keep in mind that when you lift that distributor up too high and mess with it too much, when it's out, it will skip a couple teeth here and there. It will mess up the timing. So if you can just turn it and not lift it up, or just lift it up a little bit and get those screws out and switch this out, you may be fine. But for me, when I went to crank it, it did not crank up. I messed up the timing. I was pretty sure I did. And I had to go in and fix the timing, which is a whole nother video. I didn't film it because I was already frustrated. But a quick rundown of how to fix the timing if you do mess up the timing is you want to get it to top dead center. And how I did that is I just lined up the harmonic balancer. There's a little notch, and you can line it up so it's at top dead center. And once you have it there, and how do you line it up? You can bump it by cranking it a little bit till it's close, and then I just take a wrench and go ahead and adjust it here, just so I move the engine. So turn the engine by hand to get it right where it's top dead center. Then you have to open up the top of and remove the distributor cap so you can see where the rotor's pointing, and you want the rotor to point to spark plug number 1, or not spark plug number 1, but the spark plug wire number 1 that's going into the distributor, which in my case, I'll put up a graphic, that would be spark plug number 1. Sometimes, usually the distributor cap will even say 1, so you can see spark plug number 1. So you have to kind of move the distributor so that it's pointed at number 1 while you have the engine at top dead center, and that will crank up the engine. And then from there, you do slight adjustments by just turning the distributor slightly to get it to the best location where the vehicle runs at its strongest. And you can also, you don't even have to do this, but you can use a timing light to really get it perfect. But that's just a quick run through. There are videos that probably break it down step by step, but I had to go through that just to get the van started and get back to good running condition. But now it is running great, running like new with that brand new ignition module. Let me know what you guys think in that comment section. Hope this helped you out somehow, somewhere. You have a great day. Talk to you in the next one.